thousands lined the streets to say goodbye to rapper Nipsey Hussle. Now, this dear artist recently released a song called FDT, F Donald Trump. Okay, now that's a very creative refrain.
Very catchy.
Very catchy.
Irving Berlin, look out.
Is it?
When it comes to hip hop,
no, I think we have a responsibility. I agree with the point that we have to sort of look after our own. Too often the criticism of hip hop and the people who have been, critical in the media and speaking about it have not been involved.
there are too many who don't understand it, as explained by Brooklyn's own Talib Kweli.
Let me give this guy a hug right here. I love this guy right here.
That's really nice.
Yeah.
Come here. That's really nice.
He has seen former friends betray the message.
And when I see him uplifting Trump, which is, let's make no mistake, because we don't have the luxury to mince words at this point. Trump is a fascist, bruh. He's not just a racist. He's a violent racist. He's a xenophobe. He's a homophobe. He hates women. And he's a fascist. We've seen what fascism does to the world. We can't afford to coddle anyone who enables or uplifts that, no matter how much I love them. I love Kanye West to death. I love Kanye West to death. But because he spoke in a public space and uplifted Trump, I feel like because I'm someone who he has also said publicly that he respects, I have a unique position to be able to say something in a way that maybe he can hear it in a way that he won't hear it from other people. When he uplifts Trump, he's speaking, he's harming and really hurting. He's hurting us. Not in an abstract, but he's really hurting us on a literal level, because there are groups that are going to be marginalized from a Trump's presidency.
And speaks on it with dignity and class, even if the subject is hypersensitive to him.
It was the American Revolution that caused people to question slavery. No one had questioned it before we decided as Americans that we are endowed by our Creator with unalienable rights and that we are all created equal. Then that birthed abolition movements. So you can't teach history that's being used to pursue an ideological agenda.
On the front of education?
I try to read, I try to study, I try to pay attention, but most people who listen to hip hop don't know who anybody on this panel is. And that's a huge problem, because if they don't know who you are, your words are not respected and not relevant to them.
Jay-Z's complaining about white privilege, but we had a black president for 8 years. Did he do a good job?
Awful take here from Fox News' Ainsley Earhart.
It's very important for me as an artist to speak in a language that kids is using to talk about the issues that's relevant to them, but also to give it a context. We also have, the illusion of success. We have all these, wonderful, bright politicians in Congress. We have all these people on TV making millions of dollars, but the communities are getting worse and worse and worse. And these kids see that.
And it's something Talib has seen year after year after year.
I love Jewish people, but I also love Nazis. I see good things about Hitler also. And I'm done with that. I'm done with the classifications. Every human being has something of value that they brought to the table, especially Hitler.
Awful. And Kweli doesn't hold anything back.
Kanye's a genius. He's an icon of our culture on a personal level. He has helped me feed my family. Mm-hmm. That's real.
Oh, yeah.
Cannot be denied. Kanye West, man, he's so good at what he does. He is completely and totally misinformed when it comes to politics. He should stop talking about politics. He puts a target on our backs. He's very harmful to our communities whenever he opens his mouth and pushes a right-wing GOP talking point. He doesn't know what he's talking about, and he should stop.
If only Ye took his former friend's advice, right?
Did you catch that? Lamar stated his views on police brutality with that line in the song, quote, "And we hate the po-po, want to kill us in the street, faux show." KG.
Please. I don't like it.
It is so wrong. It is so counterproductive. It gives exactly the wrong message.
On those in the entertainment industry and their critiques.
Anything that's solution-based, we need to move towards. And we need to take responsibility for our own. If you claim to be hip-hop media, you can't participate in the same nonsense that the non-hip-hop media participates in. If you claim to, if you claim to be, about family, totally about, the upliftment of our people, then you have to totally be for it and not be for it only if you're saying what I agree with, or, we have to reach out.
I actually don't have any problems at all with the word nationalism. I think that it gets, the definition gets poisoned by elitists that actually want globalism. Globalism is what I don't want. So when you think about, whenever we say nationalism, the first thing people think about, at least in America, is Hitler. You know, he was a National Socialist, but if Hitler just wanted to make Germany great and have things run well, okay, fine. The problem is that he had dreams outside of Germany. He wanted to globalize. He wanted everybody to be German.
And on Candace Owens.
I'm very disappointed with Kanye about the way that he's shown Candace Owens, giving Candace Owens a bigger platform. Candace Owens became a real voice because of how dope Kanye West is. She started the Brexit thing, right? Mm-hmm. Black people leaving the Democrat Party. She goes to the White House. She works with an organization, TPUSA, started by Charlie Kirk, that's funded by Nazis, right? She goes to the White House. They have the Brexit thing. Well, the week she went to the White House, you had that terrorist they found his van with all the weapons and pro-Trump guy. Candace Owens tweets out, there's got to be a left-wing guy. They prove he's a Trump supporter. She got in trouble for that. Then she does the thing. She goes to Congress to speak about white supremacy. And before she goes to Congress to speak about white supremacy, she speaks about how Hitler was okay as long as he was just a nationalist. Once he started trying to leave Germany and take over the world, that's the problem she had with him. So if we break that down, you're like, okay, Hitler was okay with just what he was doing in Germany. You sound crazy. That's just Nazi propaganda. I don't think Candace Owens was trying to spread Nazi propaganda. I just think she's a white nationalist, a white supremacist. She doesn't understand the concept she's dealing with. And so because she said that Hitler, she lost her position at TPUSA. They distanced themselves from her.
You know, COINTELPRO, like you were saying, is the same thing as the Willie Lynch letter. You know, is the same thing over and over again back to slavery. I had someone ask me seriously a couple weeks ago, in all seriousness, if I really thought that slavery still affected black people today. You know, and this is a hip hop artist, you know, who asked me that. Do you really think that slavery still affects black people, or do you think it's just us messing up? And the fact that someone of my generation can ask that means we have a lot of work to do.
Before we get into it, if there are any stories we missed, if there are any that you would like to submit, get at me and follow me on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. DMs are open. And please, if you can, become a channel member. All of our content is free. Please do help us out, and or go to tyt.com/join. There is an elephant in the room here, and it would be a cop-out not to address it. So here goes. I understand that there has been, over the years, since that initial C-SPAN hip-hop summit that they covered, and I believe that was in 2001, where Talib spoke. And there are many messages that he has that still remain prevalent to this day, because we have not seen improvements in society, let alone with politicians taking advantage of the American taxpayer and intentionally oppressing many through this system that we have in place at this moment right now. There have been some very troubling moments with Talib Kweli, and I understand that. What we need to focus on here is he has been relentless going after his friend. I don't even know if they would call each other friends anymore after the Drink Champs interview. How he, through his politics, and also this album right here, him and Yasiin Bey, formerly the mighty Mos Def, have talked about for years. That Willie Lynch letter, he put in redefinition and talked about it. His politics have been consistent. There have just been some red flags in his conduct that I know many have not appreciated, and I understand that. I really do. What I wait to see, and I know they have spoken on it as well, is the next Black Star album, when it's going to happen. They understand that us as fans are thirsty for it, but they are not ones to just simply give in. There are so many things that have to happen behind the scenes. Another thing I will say is I flew out to Denver from LA to see them at Mission Ballroom, and it was amazing. And it's a show that I hope to see once again.